Former President Mbeki says foreigners are not the cause of the ASA's economic crisis. Former President Thabo Mbeki has dropped a bombshell that the deadly 2008 xenophobia attack in Alexandra, Johannesburg, were part of a planned operation to force Zimbabweans to return to their country and to vote out Robert Mugabe. Mbeki made the shocking revelations last Wednesday during a student engagement at the University of South Africa, Unisa, in Pretoria. He said the driving force behind the operation that was the deliberate strategy to force Zimbabweans back to their country to vote against then President Robert Mugabe. This was during March in 2008, where the opposition leader Morgan Tsvangirai and Mugabe failed to garner a 50% majority, resulting in a runoff election scheduled to take place in June. Mbeki said Alexandra township has always attracted and had many foreign nationals from different countries across the African continent without any friction. Historically, the African community here, referring to South Africa, has never been xenophobic about other Africans. In 2008, all manner of troubles broke out in Alexandra Township in Johannesburg, attacks on these foreigners, particularly Zimbabweans. He said the attacks later spread to other areas across the province, with people championing for xenophobia and Afrophobic attacks. Mbeki, who served as the president of South Africa from 1999 to 2008, explained that when he saw the attacks, he realized that it was not the township that he knew. Alexandra, for decades, has had Zimbabweans and Mozambicans and so on. There was never this kind of conflict. Why? He said they made a mistake as a government for not declassifying an intelligence document about what happened in the township on the very same year. That thing was organized to drive the Zimbabweans out of the country back to Zimbabwe because there were elections in Zimbabwe. People were out because they were going against Bob, referring to Robert Mugabe there. Mbeki further disclosed that the intelligence report and names, dates and venues, including additional information where people met and planned the operation of sending the foreign nationals back to their country. The former president said he regrets not classifying the intelligence report during his era. It was wrong. It was organized, systematic, and for political purposes. I'm saying the mistake we made, and we should have declassified the intelligence report. He said South Africa's economy is in crisis and that it is not caused by foreigners. I'm a former president of this country and you will never ever convince me that this economy is in crisis because of foreigners. It's not true, he said as students clapped for his remarks. Mbeki said among other things that contributed to the economic crisis in the country is the skyrocketing unemployment, which he said needs to be addressed. At the same time, the country has got a laws about migration of people. Let's enforce laws. You just come here illegally. So the thing about the registration of people undocumented, it is correct. But I'm saying it is incorrect to think that the economic crisis is caused by the people who came from the rest of the world. Mbeki's recent comments about the attacks were an elaboration of what happened in 2008, where he described the violence as naked criminal activity, according to the Mail and Guardian report. What happened during those days was not inspired by processed nationalism or extreme Calvinism, resulting in our communities violently expressing the hitherto unknown sentiments of mass and mindless hatred of foreigners, xenophobia, he said at the time. In the meantime, Pravin Gordhan hospitalized. Family says he's getting the best available medical care. Former Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan has been admitted to hospital. In a brief statement released on Tuesday, his family confirmed that Gordhan, aged 75, was receiving the best available medical care. The family of the former Minister of Public Enterprises, Mr. Pravin Gordhan, would like to inform the media and the public that has been admitted to hospital, his family said in statement. Mr. Gordon is receiving the best available medical care. The family has requested privacy during the difficult time. Further updates on his condition will be provided. Last month, Gordon issued an apology on the evening before the Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises was due to meet due to ill health. At the time, it was reported that he was advised against traveling by a doctor. In March, the Department of Public Works confirmed Gordon's retirement after the May 29th elections. Gordon was previously the Minister of Finance and Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. He also served as the Deputy Commissioner of the South African Revenue Service, SARS, between 1998 and 1999 and was later appointed as the Commissioner of SARS in 1999. This is a developing story. On the other hand, SAPS records over 4,000 wrongful arrests, faces 2 billion rand in claims. SAPS faces more than 4,000 claims of wrongful arrests, costing 2 billion rand in settling civil cases. Rise Mzansi has now called for an accountability. More than 4,000 wrongful arrests were registered by the South African Police Service SAPS in the 2023-2024 financial year, leading to claims exceeding 2 billion rand. This was revealed by Police Minister Senzo Mchunu in response to a written parliamentary question from Rise Mzansi. Mchunu disclosed that 4,135 wrongful arrests had been registered, averaging around 11 incidents each day. The claims associated with these arrests are 2,241,082,675 rand. While the minister noted that this figure does not necessarily represent the final amount to be paid to claimants, he did not provide further details on the reasons behind the arrests or potential payouts. Rise Mzansi's National Assembly Caucus Whip Makashule Jena expressed concerns over these figures, pointing out that wrongful arrests damage the public's trust in the police. He emphasized the need for accountability and transparency within SAPS. I will raise this matter with the Ministry and National Commissioner General Fani Masemola when they next appear before the Portfolio Committee on Police, so that specific cases can be referred to ascertain whether wrongful arrests are a problem within the police and why they happen, and for a breakdown of claims paid out, Jana said. Jana also urged for a full breakdown of the claims that have been paid out and stressed the importance of addressing the issue within the Portfolio Committee to prevent further erosion of trust in the police. Wrongful arrests erode the trust between the public and the police. It is therefore important to understand this phenomenon in full by putting the matter on the Portfolio Committee's agenda and for it to intervene where necessary, he added. This matter highlights the need for stronger oversight and accountability within SAPS to ensure that officers act ethically and uphold public confidence in the law enforcement system. The parties said the public will now be watching for actions from the Portfolio Committee on Police to address the issue and restore faith in the force. In the meantime, DEA slams Lesotho's lies on NHI as viral video shows dire state of Helen Joseph Hospital. Democratic Alliance DEA in Gauteng said Premier Panyaza Lesotho was dishonest about the National Health Insurance NHI after radio broadcaster Tom London's viral videos exposing mistreatment, negligence, and poor infrastructure at Helen Joseph Hospital. London, real name Thomas Holmes, made headlines after exposing the non-functional medical equipment, poor infrastructure, and negligence at the hospital on social media through a video that went viral. In the video, while in the hospital ward, he bemoaned hard treatment from the doctor, who he claimed treat patients like cockroaches. London told IOL News that he developed a chest infection about 5 weeks ago and was using over-the-counter medication. His condition deteriorated and he was taken to the Helen Joseph Hospital, but only to encounter the worst treatment even from the doctors. After spending 13 days at the hospital, he then decided to leave, as within hours of the post going viral, hundreds of his fans contributed to a fund for his treatment at the Mediclinic Hospital in Morningside, a private hospital. Meanwhile, DA member of the provincial legislature and Shadow Health MEC Dennis Bloom said Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi's lies about the NHI have been exposed by Tom London's viral videos on poor treatment at the Helen Joseph Hospital. In April this year, while on the campaign trial before the May 29th general elections, Lesufi made bold promises that if the ANC wins, anyone will be able to access the best private health care, whether at the clinic or hospital, and the government would sort the bill out. On the video that went viral, Lesufi was heard saying, "Gone are the days when you don't have medical aid, you must die. Gone are the days when you don't have medical aid and you must be mistreated in our hospitals." He added, "Gone are the days that if you don't have a medical aid that you are even scared to go to the hospital." In his address, it was evident that Lesufi admitted that the services at the public health facilities were poor, as he pointed out that patients were mistreated in our hospitals, similar to what London endured. Lesufi was slammed by political parties and the public. During that time, the NHI had not yet been signed into law by President Cyril Ramaphosa. The cruel reality of public health care has been exposed by London, who was transferred to a private hospital for better treatment after funds flooded in from donors, Bloom said. The DA leader said Lesufi had an opportunity to fix this department in a genuine government of provincial unity GPU, but froze out the DA and ceded only 2% of Gauteng 165.8 billion rand to 3 teeny parties. He reappointed Nomantu Nkomo Ralekoko as Health MEC and installed Arnold Lebisa Malotana as head of the department despite a SIU investigation into the alleged 8 million rand bribe shared with 2 other officials, Bloom said. He said Minister of Health Aaron Motsoaledi also continued to push the NHI despite the rampant corruption and mismanagement of health in every province except DA-run Western Cape. The fact that South Africa's richest province cannot run an efficient and caring public health service shows that NHI is a dangerous fantasy that will waste and steal a huge amount of money that taxpayers cannot afford, Bloom said. And that's it from Egypt's network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.